Welcome to another Anyone Can Code video where I'll teach you more about coding. As you already know, I'm Yuma and I am 9 years old. I've published several apps on the App Store and today I will teach you how to make this to-do list.
So this is the to-do app. So you can scroll up here. This is a table view. So you can just go up here, click this button, and type something, and then you can add it. Yeah.
So let's get started.
So yep, here we go. Xcode 8 again with a Sift 3. Anyway, so let's create a new Xcode project. We'll do a single view application. Okay, so we will name this to-do list, because that's what we're doing. And I mean, if it was like I love bananas, and I guess I do like bananas, then I mean, why would it? I mean, yeah. Yep, all the basic stuff. I'm ready to go. Oh, this is the asked. Okay, so here is the main.storyboard. You should already know that. If you don't know that, then this is the storyboard. Anyway, let's go get a navigation bar. Okay. Here we go. This is a navigation bar. Right now, it doesn't look like much like a navigation bar, but anyway, so a navigation bar by itself just looks like a title. Just looks like a little thing with a title in it. Just like the one in the settings, but we don't just need the title and the navigation. Yeah, so let me just go here to this navigation item, and yeah, and I'll just name this something crazy. We'll name this to do this ... and back. There we go. And yeah, then you can just do a prompt and service and that blah blah blah. Yes, prompt is just something. So okay, let's add a navigation item. Here we go. Oh. A bar button item. Yep, so we're just gonna get a bar button item. Okay, bar. Here we go. No, that's tab bar. Okay, let me bar button item. Here we go. So, as you know from the name, it's a button, and you can link it up. Do stuff when you click on it. But yeah, so this is basically what it is. It's just a button and you can just link it up. Okay, so we'll make an add button, that add button. add button to add a to-do thing. But where do you put all the to-do stuff? Well, we'll add a table view. Here we go. Now, a table view is just like a you know how you have like in settings how you have all like the sections like general, privacy. Now those are table view cells, and so it's basically all the rectangular box, and we could add one here, but it's only a prototype. And prototype, if you know what it is, it's a model. So this isn't actually what it's gonna look like. It's not gonna have all these text saying table view prototype content prototype cells. It's not gonna say that. But the table view will just have lines. Anyway, yeah. So here is the table view, and this is a prototype cell. And well, we forgot something. Well, that's to do the constraints. So let's pin this navigation bar to the left, top, and right. So make sure it's 0, 0, 0 or something else if you want to have like a little spacing. And for the table view, we'll just go bottom, left, right, top. Yeah. Yeah, so that's basically it for this, but we need another view controller to handle like the add things, because like we want to add something, because a to-do list is not a to-do list unless you can add something. So let's add a view controller. And yeah, I haven't told you this, but you can actually add multiple view controllers onto a storyboard, because I mean, why not? I mean, it'd be convenient, and you want to transition from this to that, and then it'll be, how would you do that? You'll have to do it in programming. Blah. I don't want to do it. Yes, but you can actually transition using in programming, but we'll do it from the storyboard. Now, we want to transition from here to this add, which we haven't added. Like when we press this add button, so what you do is control drag, just like making an outlet or action. You just control drag, and you drag it to the body of this V controller, not up here, not anywhere. Just drag it into this body, and it will show you a segue. And well, a segue, it's a transition, like I said, or like I didn't say. Anyway, so yes, we can transition in different ways. It's not the transition like pop up, cross fade, I don't know, left, right. No, it's just different types, show detail. Anyway, we want to do show, because what we want to do, it really is just show this. So here we go. Things that up, and you can see this arrow here with a little symbol in the middle. Okay, so let's see, we will just add something. Well, that's what we'll do, right? Yes, that's what we will do. Okay, so this view controller, the adding stuff view controller will just have some simple stuff. So first we just need a text field, which I did in the third video, not in the second or first. Here we go. And also, what you didn't notice is you can't change the height of this. It's a fixed height of 30. But there's a way you can cheat it. I'm not sure if this is a bug or Apple just did this to make things easier. Well, to make this custom, but what you can do is set this height here. So you pin the height, and as you can see here, there's a text field, and you can just change it to 60. You can just change it to, I don't know, some crazy number. So yeah, that's how you cheat the height, which is not really a cheat, but it's a programming hack. It's not a life hack, it's a programming hack. So yeah, let's set this to fixed 60, and it'll pop up as an error. So first we just want to pivot to left, top, and right, because if we do update frames, which will update like the which will update it so it'll match the constraints. If you do that, then with nothing except for like maybe height or width, it will go crazy. And yes, when I'm being crazy, I mean really crazy. It'll go flying off here, it'll go flying off there, here, blah. So yes, we want to add 3 constraints here, and there we go. It's secure in its place, and we can now do update constraints, which I told you what it was. So to do update constraints, you can just go over to this button here next to the square button. Yep, you just click here and then press update constraint. Update frames and not update constraints. So here we go. We want to set the placeholder text. Let's just type something. Just do something quickly. Something. There we go. I'll just change the font size so it's bigger. And let's try typing something. There we go. Good enough. Yeah, so, and we also want a button to add it. So here we go, button. There we go. Let's not do that, but stretch it out. Here we go. And yeah, stretch out this way. There we go. I'll move this down just so we don't have that much empty space, or what we call white space. It's just a programming thing, like with empty space. Okay, so we'll just add the constraints to left, right, and bottom. Yep, here we go, just add 3 constraints. And maybe we'll be doing update constraints. Oh, nope, wait. We need to set the height too. There we go, it's good, and I'll customize this. Yeah, so let me just add. There we go. add. So we'll do this off quickly, because I really want to get in with the coding, because we don't want to do styling. I mean, why? So yeah, so I'm just doing this quickly. I'm just gonna set background to dark green. I can't see it because it's dark green and dark green. Just do a little orange color, make this bigger. Here we go, and that's it for this. Here we go, and we'll do background, dark green, and there we go. And the background for this table view cells light green. We all this normal stuff. There we go. And then I'll just set this to I'll set this to this. And I know I'm really so I'm just really going. Anyway, so here we go. Let's run this to see if the constraints work. Okay, so here it is. It looks normal, this tab bar thing. Anyway, let's check this, and ooh, works too. You can just type on it. There we go. Make me some breakfast, some cake. Yay. And you press add, it doesn't do anything because we haven't set a trigger for it or set an action for it. Okay, so we want to first I just want to make things easier to see. And no, not easier to see, but let me just call this to do list, because this is the list, VC, and we'll just add VC for view controller, and we just need to, there we go, get rid of that V. You don't need to change this comment because the comment does not affect anything. So okay, but what matters is that you need to rename this. Well, maybe you don't need to, but it's good so you don't get confused. So to-do list VC. That's what the name is. And we also want to add a new file for the to add the to-do thing, to do whatever. So yeah, so we go file, new file, or command N, and we'll go to something called a Cocoa Touch class. And a Cocoa Touch class creates a class of a view controller, a label. Anyway, so we want this to be a view controller, not a view controller. So no. Okay. So we want this to be called add to do VC. VC again, short for view controller, because I can't be bothered. Yeah. Let's just get rid of this little code here. Boilerplate. Get rid of this. And I should have done the same thing here. Get rid of the boilerplate. The default. Anyway, so we can't actually do any linking up because this is still set to view controller, but we need to call this to do list BC. So yeah, so now we can do the connecting API. So we can do the connecting API things. So here's the, so we can just hook up this whole table view, not just the cell. So table view, or just name it table view. And that's basically all we need to hook up, I guess. Now, okay, let's do the main basic code. So first we're gonna make a variable, and that variable is gonna be called something called an array. So let me just finish up this so far. So we're gonna make this to dos. I'll set this to an empty array of strings. Okay. So an array is basically a thing that can hold multiple values. So to-dos is a variable, but a variable which is an array. So it's an array variable of strings, and so what I just did here is square brackets here, and inside of them is a string. So we're defining a new array. So and after this we have some parentheses. So what it's doing is it's making an empty array of strings. You can also oh, we haven't done this before, but see, we used to-dos equals value, but you can actually declare, you can actually make a variable with just implementing a type. So string, well, that would be used if you need to create a variable but with no value yet. But in this case, we are just gonna make an empty array. So yep, what we just did, square brackets inside of those is strings, so that makes it an array of strings. You can do arrays of integers, CG floats, CG rects, UI view controllers, maybe even, and use end off with the brackets just to make an empty one. But so if you just do this, that only gives you the type. But if you add these, that defines an empty array. So yeah, today we will actually be doing something called delegation to use this. Delegation is basically telling a class to do something. Like, for example, my dad delegates me to mow the lawn, even if we don't have a lawnmower. So we use scissors, but we don't have lawn. Anyway, yeah. So that's what. So delegation is basically telling a class to do something for it. So basically, yeah. So it's just like a butler, a class butler for another class. So we want to set. So first, so we want to make this table views delegate. So we're telling it, hey, I'll apply your job to be a butler. So to apply a job for a butler or slash delegate, you will need to set this table views delegate, which is a variable. Well, table view.delegate is self. So it's self, not left. In case you follow me, it's self. Okay, not left. Left is not self. Yeah. So it's giving us an error. Very good. So it says cannot assign value of type to-do list to to-do list VC to type UI table view delegate. Or I can say to-do list VC inherits from UI view controller. We want it to conform to the class. We want it to inherit to be class UI view controller, and conform to a protocol called table view, UI table view delegate. So okay, so we want it to conform to the UI table view delegate, which is a protocol. Okay, so I'll explain protocols later, but first so we want this view controller to be the table views delegate, and also to be a data source of its table view. So data source is basically like a delegate. There's actually nothing different. They just named it differently. Data source, you will find it in table views. So data source is basically a protocol, but it's named differently, like I said. So yeah, it's just so you can access like the data of the cells, change the cells labels, add maybe images to it even. Yeah, so we also need it to we also need this to-do list VC to conform to the data source. So we do UI table view data source. Here we go. And there we go. So this to-do list VC does not conform to protocol UI table view data source. So that means I need some required items. But first we'll just need to get on with the basic items first. So first we need table view number of rows in section. So we just need to return how many to-dos we have. So to-dos. So we want to get the number of to-dos in this so we need to get the number of how many to-dos are in the to-dos array. So we do to-dos.count, and yeah, that's basically how you get the number of items in an array. So next one we need is table view cell for row at index path. Now cell for row at index path is from the data source. Table view number of rows in section is from the delegate. Anyway, so the cell for row at index path was the required function from the data source. So what we need to do is this is just basically for configuring the cell. So first we just need to go over to the cell and go here to this thing, to this attributes inspector, and here go up, and to this identifier. Well, that's a reuse identifier, because without this reuse identifier, then like it will keep making them every time you scroll to, so there's like, so you can see them all. If you scroll up, down, and up, that keeps making constant. But if you use this reuse identifier, they'll basically reuse them, so they don't keep, so the computer doesn't keep making them. So okay, so we want to reuse it, but we need an identifier. I'll just name the cell, so CELL. And you need to get this precisely correct. So first we just need to make a constant called cell equals to table view dot dq reusable cell with identifier. So that basically that's basically getting a reusable cell and putting in this constant. So we need the identifier. We have it here. It's called cell. Yeah. So then we'll do the configuring here, and then later, and then we'll just return this cell, because see, it wants to return a UI table view cell, and so let me just see this error here. Oh, right. Because if you might get the cell wrong, but we like this will return a an optional, so we don't know if it's nil or not. But what we want to do is force unwrap it, and if it's nil, then it'll crash. But so to force unwrap, you just do exclamation mark after the thing you want to unwrap. You can do this in case to make this an optional, but you want to unwrap this because it wants a UI table view cell, which is not empty, like which we want. It wants a UI table view cell which is not nil. Okay, so I'm guessing that's all. Okay, yep, that's it. For this, for now. So we'll get to the fundamental. We'll do the code for this. Okay, here we go. Now first we need this. We need to connect this class to this V controller. So we just need to go over to Identity Inspector and change this class to add to do VC. There we go. And we just need to click to just do this. Okay, so we want to call this to do text field. It just popped out of my mind. Yeah, so, and we want a action for this adding thing. So add to do. Ooh, no, there's a space. Okay. Wait, no. That is not meant to be an outlet. That's meant to be an action. Okay. Okay. So there's no outlet. If you're wondering what I did, I just did a click with 2 fingers. So let's do control click again, and we'll change this to an action. add to do. There we go. Connect that up. And remember last time in the calculator how we needed to hide this when when it pops up. Well, we want to do the same thing. So let me just make the function to hide it. So I'll just name this hide keyboard, and you don't need any parameters. And I'll just call the end editing, and we want it to force it, to end. Okay, so then we want to. So it's all the stuff we did last time, so we just need to add this tap gesture. Here we go. So, and it'll be a UI tap gesture, and a UI tap gesture recognizer. We're just gonna make one, and we want it to be we want the target to be self, and the action to be hashtag selector, just like last time. And we want to put in the hide keyboard function without the brackets. So here we go. And we also we want to add it to view. So view dot add gesture recognizer, and we want to put the tap gesture in there. Okay, and we also want to hide it. Tap gesture. Wait, no, we want to call hide editing, hide keyboard. And first we want to add a if-let statement to check if this to-do text field has something or not. So it won't do anything when you click it. So yeah, so this is the. So it's just if-let. So if-let the to-do text is the to-do text fields to-do text fields text. So yeah, because this is optional, we want to check if it's no or not. I guess we also want to check if it's empty, but you can do that for yourself. Remember the if statements, you can do that. So we will have to do the code here, but first we will make a protocol. Now a protocol is basically a like I said, it's the terms and conditions thing. So what we need to do for a protocol is just type protocol, type in the name. So we'll name this, let's name it to do delegate. Okay, so let's add so we need the requirements, so we can actually just do a variable. We can't set anything here, but we can set the type, so we can do string, integer, and you can do the same thing with the function. So but first we want a requirement, so we need one requirement, which is a function. So it's really psyched about this, but we can't put in the body because when something inherits, when something conforms to this to-do delegate, then it'll have to write in the code for it. So we'll name this add to do, and we want to have a parameter call of maybe let's call this, let's say text, and we'll make this a string, and we don't want to return anything. Okay, so that's easy. So yeah, no warning. Very good. So what I just did is I created a function as usual, and just added the the usual stuff without the bracket, the curly braces or bracket stuff. You would name it, So yeah, so this is the to do. This is the to do. Yeah, that's easy. So we got one thing out of the way, which is protocol. But to do delegation, we need to so in this, because we need a delegate here. So this add to do VC is a class which holds the protocol and which holds the delegate. And so think of this. So the class is a person and it wants a delegate. So then it holds up a protocol, which is a terms and conditions, and this function is one of the terms and condition rules. So then and the to do and it's butler or delegate. Well, okay, let's say this, for instance, butler needs to conform to this protocol or terms and conditions. So what we want to do is then the to-do list walks up, sees a poster, and becomes a butler and agrees to the terms and conditions. Okay, so that's what the story of this to-do list is. And want to make it optional in case no one gets hired, in case no one wants to apply its job as a butler. But in this to-do story, we want then a class will apply the job. But first just if you want to be safe, you can just do an another if that condition for this. So I'm doing the multi if that thing. So yeah, so I'll just call this my butler. I don't know why. Just strange. So yeah, so now set this to a delegate. So very good. Everything works up. Yep. Okay, so yeah, so when that happens, we want to delegate. We want to tell the butler to do something. So delegate.add to do, and we want to tell them what to do, like what the text is. We'll put in to do text. And then after that we actually, okay, going back to the actual app, we wanted to go back to the add to do, the to-do list, so then it'll be added. So what we want to do is dismiss. So it'll dismiss this view controller, and then it'll go back to the old view controller. So we want it to be animated, and this completion is a closure, but we don't want any closure, so we'll put this as nil. And it's alright because see here, that's a question mark, so that means it can be, so you can put in nil. So yeah, that's fine, and I'm guessing that's all we need to do. But first we need to apply the job. So UI, so what am I thinking? It's not one of these official delegates. It's a practice one. Let me let me go back and see. It's called to do delegate. Should have taken notice of that. So to do delegate. Save that. So yeah, it conforms to it. It doesn't actually conform to it. There's an error because I accidentally put an S there. And now there should be an error here saying that it doesn't conform because it doesn't because we need to add a function to this. So we need to do a function. Actually, if we if we do the add to do, there we go, and it adds it for us. So what we want to do here is just add an item to this to dos. So you can as you might so if you're like familiar with another programming language, you can add stuff to a to-do list and remove stuff. So we want to add stuff. So to-dos dot append, which is, and we want this new element, which is an element. Don't worry, we don't need to go to elements because that's just something. So we want but what we want to do is just put in this text because this is an array of strings, and if we put like an integer in there, it won't work. So we need to put in string some text or string. Yeah. So when we want to refresh the table view, because it'll only go once and that's it. But if you call it again, then it'll refresh it, then run everything again. So that means it'll be added. So table view dot reload data. So it's not refresh data, it's reload data. So let me we need to something cool is that the cell already has a text label conveniently placed there. So we can just we want to set the text labels text to be the to-dos, and the way you grab an item from an array is you call it by its index. So it'll be in order of how it's placed. So text. So if you put in a text, and then if you put in a text, then it'll be put in first, and then so append puts the item into the last slot, and this is basically first and last slot. But we want to do it accordingly. So we want it to be according. So let's say one of them was sleep, and then the first one would have sleep on it, and the next one is brush your teeth. So then the second one would be brush your teeth. So the way you do that is table view dot index path dot row, and then I think that's it. I mean, we're done, right? I'm pretty sure we're done. Let's see it run in action. Yes, it's just loading up. There we go. Here we go. It's kind of sort of glitchy because it's so small. If I bringing up, it's not glitchy anymore. It's because it's so compressed. See, because it's compressed by the pixel, by the resolution. So yeah. So let's click add, and then we want to use the keyboard to there we go. So we can just type up something. Yay! And then we click it, and then just, so let's try clicking it, and yep, it's not doing something. Let's see why it did wrong. Oh, right, I forgot to set the delegate, and we want to set the delegate when it's transitioning, because this add to do VC can be there can be multiple of these. If you can clone them to be like, yeah, you can just make them again. So this is the default one, but since this is connected to a view controller, a separate one or a clone has been made, so you need to apply it to the clone one, so, or else it won't work. So the way to call it when the segue is being called is prepare for segue. Now, prepare for segue is to prepare when you're doing a segue. So first we want to check if the segue's identifier is let me we haven't made an identifier for this, or ID for this, so let's call this add. I'm just going with simple ones so I don't get mixed up, confused, all this bad stuff. Yeah, so it's called add. There we go. And then we want to also check we also want to check if the segues destination, or which is a view controller. Actually, we need to make this an if-let, because we're gonna convert this. So if-let, we're gonna put this straight away. Add VC. Okay, equals segue.destination, and we want to convert this to this add VC here, add to do VC. So we do as, and we do question mark. If you do this, that force it to unwrap it, but we're not sure, but I mean we are sure, but we just to be safe, we just want to check if it is the add to do VC. So yeah, as to do add to do VC. So then it is gonna scream at us because we need to do a double equals. That's a common mistake, because that's one of the common mistakes programmers do. Yeah, so we're almost done here. So then we can just set this add. Wait. Oh, it's saying that it hasn't been used, so we are gonna use it. So we're gonna add VC dot delegate itself. So now we have done it. There we go. To do this and that. Okay. let's just type something. Yay. Yay. Let's just do a smiley face. And it's still not working. Oh wait, no. It says that this is, no. Sorry if we're running across so many problems. Oh, what have I said it? Oh, okay. I'll put that in again and run. So let's just do let's go crazy. We already know that the hiding thing works, so I'm gonna use my hardware keyboard or my computer's keyboard. Yay! And then yes, I wanna use emoji. I wanna use emoji. Yay! Very good. Yay, we did it! We did it! So you can add multiple ones. You can delete them. Yeah, if you want to, you can delete them. Yeah. So this is Yuma. Fang. Good job today. And I'll just type up my website, I guess. It just popped up into my mind. Made by Yuma.com. Yeah, that's the link. Or if you want the actual link, well, that is the actual link. But if you want to add the HTTP, it's like this. So, very good. Yay! Yes. So that's that, and that's it. That's it. Hope you learned something. Okay, so yeah, I'll just end it now, and yeah, hope you learned something.
That's it. For more, visit my website www.madebyuma.com, and also I have uploaded the finished files to my GitHub account, and the link is in the description. Anyways, please hit the subscribe button and the like button too. And goodbye! Seriously, this is the third time and you're still... Fine, I'll go. Okay. I'll go and see ya. Yeah.